Obituaries. This is what I call your resumes. I will tell you right now, I can tell without ever having looked at any of your resumes that most of them are obituaries. And let me tell you why. They speak to the past. My short form resume, my long form resume, I call it rich and robust. It's going to speak to the future. You're going to speak to how you're going to add value to an organization, and that's a big difference. So I'd tell you a story. I don't have time right now, but I'd tell you the story where that term came from because it was really interesting, and it was in this job search process. So I call resumes obituaries until you start talking about how you're going to advance somebody's employment, their needs. Let me tell you what, when it comes to the internet and talking about job search tactics, be very skeptical. Be very skeptical. I have found, and it annoys me a lot when I go online, because there's a lot of information about job search online, but you're seeing the same information that was valid in '85 or 1955 or 1935. Doesn't mean it's good today. The game has changed significantly. Technology has taken it over. And it really bothers me when I hear other job search experts and career coaches talking about, watch out for the typos on your resume. Really? Is that the best you got? We got to deal with real technology, guys. There's a lot of issues out there right now, and the game is changing dynamically, literally week to week. And I know because I stay plugged into these forums and I watch this stuff, and the dynamics are fascinating. It's amazing what's coming. Resumes are unfair to both sides. Here's the reason I say that. You're going to send, in my case, I'm going to show you how to do a one-page document, but you might send a 2 or 3 or 4-page document and it talks about this much of you. But aren't you all of this? Aren't you all of this whole real person? There's so much more to tell, but you're sending this, based on this little bitty piece of information, this little sliver, you're hoping somebody's going to call you. Well, I'm going to show you how to get them to call you based on that little sliver and then grow it out and then keep going from there. That's where my accomplishments really spends a lot of time. I find resumes to be either too thin or too heavy. Too thin is usually my entry-level college resume. There's just nothing there. So they're, got big font and trying to fill up lots of space, and it's an old trick and it doesn't work. It never did work, actually. Then I have the people who send resumes that are so heavy, they have so much information that I can come up with 15 reasons on those 2 or 3 pages to say no to you. You've got to leave white space on your resume. Once you get it right, don't overthink it. Once you get your resume in the right place and you look at it and you go, I'm proud of this, and always show it to some skeptical people. Don't show it to your better half or your spouse or best friend or something. Show it to a business owner or a hiring manager or an HR professional. Because you're going to show it to your spouse and go, oh dear, that's wonderful. Really? That's like you saying, wow, look at me, I'm really great. Yeah, but what's an employer going to say? Based on your resume, would you hire you? That's a hard question. I find, I had one lady in one event, she said, yeah, I would. She was great. She was so cool. She came up with me and I looked at her resume and I said, no, you wouldn't. She was wonderful. I worked with her for a while. My goal is to make you compelling and memorable. That is my goal. It's my consistent one-off goal. Make me money or save me money. That's what you're going to be doing. You're always going to be talking about how you're going to make somebody money or save them money, even if you don't generate revenue, which you'll be adding value or saving time. Now that just happens to be the title of my last book too, because it is the real secret to finding a job. Make me money or save me money.